Hi everyone, it is Bella here, and today I'm joining you from a tree. Pretty cool, right? So if you are new to my channel, my name is Bella D'Armit, and this entire channel is devoted to making altruism more accessible to all. That means that on this channel, I'll be introducing different volunteer opportunities and ways that you can make a positive impact despite your age and the resources available to you. So if you're into service, if you have a passion for making a positive impact, this is the perfect place for you. Go ahead and click the subscribe button to stick around. Today, I'm going to be talking about my experience with long distance bike riding and my experience riding in charity rides, as well as how you can make a positive impact using your passion for fitness. I honestly feel as though my passion for biking was destined. My dad is a really big biker, and my brothers and I were exposed to the sport as young children through the ruckshaw. It's a contraption that children hang out in the back, and then it is attached to an adult bike, and then the adult will bike the younger kids around. It's pretty cool. Not exactly the safest at all times, but we were all exposed to biking. I was exposed a little more intensely than my brothers though, because when I was in about 5th grade, my doctor let my parents know that because of my size and my die-hard love for sweets, I was on the track to become diabetic. Now, my dad's mom actually passed from preventable causes related to her weight. So hearing that really hit my dad hard. And my mom and him devised a plan to help me create more healthy habits and just get back on track. So their solution was to leverage oh my gosh, did you just see my dog run by? She found a headband and she is playing with it. Whenever we go anywhere, she always finds stuff. Okay, sorry, back to the point. So my parents leveraged my love for screen time to help me become more active. So they said, if you want your Saturday screen time, if you want to play Webkinz and Pop Tropica and all that, then you need to go biking first. That's how they did it. And it sucked at first, but it got me to where I am now. So I'll go ahead and run through those first few experiences because boy, oh boy, were they something. My very first bike ride with my dad was horrible. I was so slow that he didn't even want to bike with me again. We got home from the ride, he went upstairs, he talked to my mom, and he just said, I'm out, I'm tapping out, you gotta take her on the next ride. So that next Saturday, my mom ended up taking me out, and we found out my bike was a piece of, it was really bad. My bike was not in the best shape, just like me. It turned out that my brakes were locked permanently on and I wasn't able to shift gears. Two really important factors if you know anything about biking. So I don't know if it was a week later or a week and a half later, my mom brought me to buy a new bike. And after I got the new bike, I went out with my dad again and I killed it. I was going so fast that he had to breathe hard and he was sweating a little. Which, if you're comparing a 5th grader to a man who has been biking since he was a child and very intensely, like my dad goes out all the time, he's got the bike kits, he's got shaved legs, he's got the clips, like the clipless pedals, he's very hardcore. So the fact that I was able to make him sweat a little, I'm still really proud of that, if you can't tell. My passion for biking further developed once I realized that my love for doing good could be incorporated into the sport by way of charity rides. Charity rides raise funds by charging a minimum admission for riders or by asking riders to secure sponsors to participate. My dad and I have been really involved with one charity ride in particular, although I have participated in a variety of different philanthropic sporting events. The ride that my father and I are most gung-ho about is Ride MS, which we have dubbed MS 150s. They direct the money that they raise towards accelerating research towards finding a cure for multiple sclerosis, advocating to improve lives, and providing resources, connections, and support. The MS 150 rides will go down from coast to coast every year, and they typically happen on one of 2 weekends in the month of November, which is perfect biking weather. So some of the basic information, it's typically a $200 registration fee per rider, and there are rest miles every 10 to 15 miles that are stocked with goodies and snacks, basically everything that you could possibly need to refuel before you get back out on the road. And then one of the things that I really, really love and that brings me comfort, just knowing that they exist on the ride, are SAG vehicles. So SAG vehicles, it stands for Support and Gear Vehicles, and it's a big van that is filled with all kinds of bike tools, and they are manned by bike savvy individuals who they know how to fix everything. So if something's wrong with your bike, all you have to do is pull over to the side of the road, and these vehicles are constantly circulating the route. So they'll spot you, they'll pull over, they'll try their best to fix your bike, and then if you're just tired and done, then they're also available to ferry riders back to the starting point. Super duper nice. Oh, do you see Lita? Look at her, look at her. Oh, wrong side. But look at her, there she is. Oh, okay, well now you can't see her, but there she is. I don't know why I was so bad at pointing. We're just gonna ignore that. My very first MS-150 ride was back in 2013 when I was 12 years old. My dad and I rode 80 miles over the course of 2 days in Missouri. The next year, we really upped our antes and we biked in 2 different MS-150s. A little bit earlier, I mentioned that the MS-150 rides will typically take place on there's like 2 weekends it'll usually take place on. So the very first weekend, we biked 85 miles in Nebraska, and then the next weekend, we biked 105 miles in Kansas. Pretty awesome. And then I did take a pretty big break from biking. I got really into lifting. So I was trying to get my physical education requirement out of the way in high school. And so I took a lifting class and I fell in love with it. And I started lifting 5 days a week. For a brief little moment, I thought that I was gonna start competing in powerlifting competitions. My bench, at my very best, my bench was 5 pounds away from the female state bench record for the females in my age and weight class, which I'm still really proud of that. That's like a fact that I can throw out there every now and then. So yeah, but so I was going to compete, and then I dislocated my right knee twice, falling downstairs both times, believe it or not. So after that, I took a break from lifting and I started to get back into biking because it doesn't mess with the joints a lot, and I just did a lot of work to help strengthen my inner muscle on my right leg, which is what was really messing me up. So I started to get back into biking then, and in 2016, my dad and I came back strong, and I biked my first Century. So a Century is 100 miles in one day, and in Illinois, we biked our Century. It was really, really cool, a wonderful experience. And then I'm looking at my little cheat sheet just to get the years right. And then in Michigan this past summer, we biked our second Century. So I can officially say, oh my God, my first Century, my second Century. I really do hope that I can get back into it. And my dad and I plan on trying to do a Century in every state. We'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. So now that I've talked a little bit about my experience with charity events, I want to talk about a few different kinds of ways that you can make a difference while still prioritizing your fitness. So first off, talked about it so much in this video, charity rides, charity runs. During a pandemic, this is still an opportunity for you. It's just going to look a little different. So if you are about biking like me, I, of course, am going to recommend Bike MS, MS-150, but some other wonderful, wonderful causes are Pedal the Cause. They raise money for cancer research. I have to refer to my notes. And Cycle for Life is benefiting cystic fibrosis. So those are 2 well-known and national charity rides that you can get involved in. Another really cool opportunity for bikers out there that I just participated in this past October is the Great Cycle Challenge. So for this one, you sign up to be on a team. Well, I think you can also get placed on a team, so don't worry about the team thing if you don't have like a group of people. But you sign up online, and then you'll set a goal for yourself. You'll set a monetary goal and a mileage goal. So people, when they go to your page and they want to donate, they can look at your goal and they can think to themselves, Bella is biking 300 miles this month. Should I donate per mile, or should I just do a big bulk donation? So those are the two options that people who come to your page will be confronted with. But I guess I didn't even explain. So the people who put together the Great Cycle Challenge literally give you a web page that will help organize and track all your donations. It's super convenient for anyone interested in donating to the cause. And like a lot of different charity rides, it's your job to bring people to your page, and then you do the grunt work. So you just have to kind of advertise, market, ask your loved ones to donate, and then you go out there and you bike your butt off. So I really, really liked the Great Cycle Challenge. They even had an app that made it super easy to track your miles and check for updates on your monetary donations. Yeah, but that was a really, really cool opportunity that I 100% would recommend to any cyclers out there. You don't even have to be a cycler. Like, the entire challenge is marketed to anyone with a bike, anyone who wants to make that positive impact. Totally would recommend. If biking isn't your jam and you much prefer running, I would really recommend the website runguides.com. They have tons of different runs that are happening in your area, and just by looking at the name, you should be able to tell if it's a charity ride or just like a recreational ride. So totally check out that website if you are a runner out there. And another really cool app for people who run, people who walk, people who bike, literally any type of movement. Well, any of the movements that I just listed. The app is called Charity Miles, and it's a small amount, but the app will donate based on their ad revenue. They will donate money to a charity of your choice based on how many miles you walk, run, or ride. It's pretty cool. Another really cool app opportunity is WoofTrack's Walk for a Dog. So what you do is you sign up. I actually have been using this app recently. I'm a level 3 right now. But so what you do is you download the app and then you choose a shelter. And when you walk your dog, it will track your miles, and then based on your mileage, it will donate to the shelter of your choice. Pretty cool, right? If you are familiar with my love for the shelter, then it's pretty obvious. I chose Stray Rescues of St. Louis, which is a local no-kill animal shelter in St. Louis. They do a lot of rehab work with dogs who are on the streets and have behavioral issues. 10 out of 10 would recommend downloading the app. If you can't find a shelter to choose, I would recommend Stray Rescues of St. Louis. And if you want, you can also follow Stray Rescues St. Louis on Instagram, Facebook, all of that. They show a lot of information about what they're doing. They're just very transparent about where the money that you donate is going. So I would recommend WoofTracks, and I would recommend donating it to Stray Rescues of St. Louis. The very last opportunity that I'll be talking about today requires a little more energy and a little more commitment. It's inspired by runners in my area who began to participate in Runners Against Racism. It is a social media based pledge program that is organized by kids our age, or I guess I should say young adults our age, because I'm almost 20, guys. Woo woo. Okay, back to the point. So how it works is runners will commit to a certain number. They'll commit to running a certain number of miles each week. And then they encourage their followers, their friends, their family, their loved ones, everyone they know to pledge. And then, so they'll pledge like 5 cents per mile. And then at the end of the month, the organizer of Runners Against Racism will Venmo request or Cash App request the amounts that the runner ran times the amount that they pledged to the person pledging. So it is completely based on social media, and it's based on like all of the things that my generation uses, like social media, Cash App, Venmo, all that jazz. It's super convenient for us, and I just think that it's a really fun opportunity. So if you're interested in organizing one of these yourself, the steps are pretty basic. 1, you're gonna set up an Instagram account and start to promo the hell out of it. And then Runners Against Racism, what they did is they set up a Google form to track everyone who is pledging and everyone who is involved. I thought that was a really cool idea, because if you use Google Forms, then it will automatically set you up a spreadsheet to track all your stuff. I love spreadsheets. So Google Forms is a nice way to go about it, but that will help you track everyone who gets involved. And it's basically just, you have to set up promo and then just be very, very committed on making prompt requests from those pledges. But it's a pretty cool opportunity, and I would love to see some of you guys play it out. So if you choose to take on this challenge, feel free to reach out or comment down below what your experience was like. So that rounds off this video. I hope that you guys all enjoyed learning about different ways that you could make a positive impact while staying fit and healthy. Okay, I'll see you guys for my next video. I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.